What's up, YouTube? Tradeaway back again with another video, bro. And today, man, I'm reacting to some of the worst freestyles in the rap game, bro. I tried to react to the Celtics game versus the 76ers, and you don't want to know what happened with that. I was on the round screen for the entire video, so I didn't get it. So here's a clip of me, reacting to me, realizing that I recorded absolute bullshit. Y'all bitch ass niggas Knicks tomorrow. I see you bitch ass niggas Knicks tomorrow. What? What? No. 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 Say it ain't so. How long were you on that screen for? No. Damn it. I really, bro, what? I'm a fucking turkey burger. What? How? Streamlabs, bro. Why the fuck you dig me like this, bro? No condom, no lube, no nothing, bro. You just gonna let me record for 21 minutes and not say I'm on the wrong screen, bro? Really, bro? Damn, bro. But with that being said, bro, hope y'all feel bad for a nigga enough to like, subscribe, and watch this entire video through, man, because hopefully this one will be more enjoyable than what the fuck I just had to go sit through and realize that I don't have another video out for y'all. But with that being said, bro, let me make sure it's on the right screen before I click off. That's the wrong one. See, that's how we things get messed up. But with that being said, bro, wait, worst rap songs? That could be biased though. That's 6 years ago. We gonna check this out. We gonna check this one out. Bro, I'm so fucking mad, bro. Like, y'all don't even know, bro. Like, that really just blew me too, bro. Like, I hate when I'm trying to record videos and shit. Load!
I just built a budgeting app with Base 44.
Nina just built an app.
I'm not playing with my PC right now, bro. Like, be tripping.
When end of year list season begins on time, welcome to the first of these videos for 2025, and this year I'm kicking it off a little bit differently with the 10 worst rap songs of the year. Thankfully, the reason why I'm doing this first is because the list for my 10 best rap songs of the year is too big.
Hold on real quick, chat. It's starting to get a little dark in this hole. Y'all fuck with the soft lighting, bro? I fuck with the soft lighting, bro. Let me see how that whole look. I fuck with the soft lighting, chat. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Let's get back to it.
At the moment, and I'm struggling to narrow it down to 10. Whereas with this list, I was pretty set on what I was gonna pick. And the more astute observers of you out there might have noticed that for the first time ever, the word hit is not in the title. Yep, this year we're just flat out doing the 10 worst rap songs that I remember hearing from this year. This is for a couple reasons.
Hey, hold on. Before I start this off, I gotta show respect to whoever created this video. So to CDTV Productions, bro, shout out to you, bro. Go like and subscribe to TD Go. Please shout out to your original video provider, bro. And please do not hit me with a copyright, bro. I'm tired of getting hit with copyrights with shit that's already posted to YouTube.
Number one, the Hot 100 has generally been dry as hell when it comes to hip-hop this year. And number two, probably the more annoying one, Billboard has started paywalling all previous weeks of the Hot 100 behind their Billboard Plus subscription. Nice. I love it when stuff that I could previously view for free becomes paywall. Now, of course, this is the internet. There are ways to access previous weeks of the chart without paying for it, but I figured that this would be a more fun way to do the lists from now on anyway. Bye bye Hot 100. You will no longer be a part of my end of year lists. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get your money up and not your funny up.
Just hit me with a
which
sponsor.
Funnily enough,
you just hit me with a found, sir. Alright, dishonorable mentions. Let's get into it.
today's video. So with that being said, let's get into the painful side of the end of year lists, starting off with a dishonorable mention before we get into the top 10.
Damn, Lil Wayne.
I know what you're likely thinking. CDTV, are you forgetting about Peanuts to an Elephant? And I can assure you, I promise you, I will never forget about that Lin-Manuel Miranda composed disaster. However, while that song at least has some funny bad spectacle to it, Moolah coming in is just flat out sluggish. The idea of Lil Wayne featuring his actual sons on one of his Carter albums is a nice thought. It's almost like generations of the Carters. But his son that he features on here, Lil Novi, is clearly way more inspired by rappers under the Opium imprint and other similar artists in this new underground wave of hip hop. This is fine, of course, but it's a sound that I personally don't generally enjoy that much, especially when it goes for this kind of super drowsy sound, and it's not one that really fits into a Wayne album all that well either. Nothing shows how awkward of a match this is than that transition from Wayne's verse back into Lil Novi's hook.
No subpoenas, been moolah baby since a fetus. Why you stealing me and my
The 808s on this song sound clinically depressed. They're just chugging along because they have to, but they don't really want to be there. And also, there's a really weird moment on here where Wayne has a sex bar about his son who he says is 14 at the time. Yuck. I guess it could be debated, but I think this is worse than Peanuts to an Elephant.
Logic still dropping. Still Logic again, damn.
We've heard Logic make boom bap before. We've heard Logic make trap before. We've even heard Logic make boom trap before. But 2025 was the year that he started experimenting with and releasing music under the rage subgenre. And by experimenting with it, I mean completely removing his personality from the tracks and saying absolutely nothing over pretty hard beats. As I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of the rage and modern underground rap sounds overall, but I feel like Logic's take on it here is really watered down, and it comes across like he doesn't fully appreciate what makes the best music in those subgenres really stand out. His mindset here seems to be, yeah, just say some half-assed lyrics over some banging beats, throw a shit ton of vocal processing on it, and boom, it's done. This shit is too easy. But like, that's really dull to listen to. Look at artists like Yeat and Ken Carson. Their music definitely isn't for everybody, but they're at least trying to make their lyrics a little bit humorous and fun, and there is some sort of character around their stuff. Logic does the opposite and completely strips away any personality from the lyrics to make these songs, and as such, not only do I think they're bad Logic songs, they're bad rage songs. To go into more specifics about the two tracks that I selected here, with Nobody Safe, there's just way too much going on. It's a competition to see which part of the song can be the loudest in the mix, and nobody is winning. Just overwhelming noise where the sample is at war with Logic's heavily processed voice. And Bleed just isn't a pleasant listen really, with Logic doing some of his high-pitched singing on there, which isn't really a good mix with the Playboi Carti style instrumental. The ad-libs are kind of funny on that one.
Whoa, hold on. That part wasn't so bad. Hold on. Cause I could be tripping. I could be tripping. It could be some bullshit. But I have to always verify for myself. Cause I mean, it's Logic. Like the beat hard, so hard. he wasn't lying. I ain't gonna lie, he wasn't lying. He only got 69 likes. Didn't he make a song trash in this genre? Are we talking about the same Logic? This shit is hard. I bet this shit crazy in the lab. Cap. Logic been dropping straight mid lately. You just don't know if it's a crisis or what. Damn. This shit trash. Damn, weak as fuck. Damn. Only 16 comments, bro. How much did he get on his actual... Yeesh. I didn't even know there was a repost page. Bro, all I want is one legit verse on this track, and this production too good for this to be so short. One of the greatest things to hip-hop was Logic not retiring. Cap. The industry sleeping on Logic? Nah, gang. Yeah, nah, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Logic fans got it. Logic fans.
And at least die. But it's the closest thing we get to some personality on these Logic Rage style tracks. He dropped like 10 of these singles during the year, and if you ask me, Bleed and Nobody Safe are the worst of a bad bunch. Oh hey look, it's the real Playboy Carti who massively inspired Logic's Rage era. This one almost feels too short and insignificant to include on a worst songs of the year list. It's like 90 seconds long on a track list of 30 songs no less. But this really might be my downright least favorite track on music. Everything about the sound of it just makes my day a little bit worse. There's the instrumental with its constant looping horns that never go away or switch up, and I just don't really like them. See, this gonna feel like the end of the world to a lot of you fuck niggas. Even within 90 seconds, it gets mind-numbingly repetitive, and the fact that it's one of the few...
I feel like this nigga bullshit. It could just be the white man talking to white man, bruh.
Pull up on your patty, yeah, we put some on his forehead. I just laid a nigga down, sprayed his house as dirty. Oh, red flag, nigga Curry. You pull up with that high point, we leave you on your forehead.
Yeah, that's just the white man talking. I can't trust anything he says now, but we gonna keep it rocking.
Tracks on music where
skip
me on there.
Hey, I got M's coming in. Don't got time to love again. I'm outside. She wanna cuff me. Told her wait to.
DDG featuring Ty Dolla $ign and Rich the Kid. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely ass.
Have you ever wondered to yourself, what if Fiend was shit and had zero energy?
He said, what if Fiend was shit? Oh, I'm done.
Yeah, me neither, but DDG took it into his hands to show us anyway.
She see me running and shit. She know I show.
In the brief amount of times I've talked about DDG's music in my videos, it's basically never been positive. And we're not about to start today. I've heard a couple projects from him now, and it's weird because for some reason he always seems to go for the absolute driest sounding beats possible. It's almost like it's his style at this point to pick beats that are just bland and have no character. It's like The Skeleton for an instrumental where they forgot to put anything in there to give the sound some color. It's like a beat where the textures haven't fully loaded in yet.
That's crazy. But that's not crazy to say for DDG though.
That, of course, is not helped when you throw Ty Dolla $ign in phone it in mode over it for the chorus.
I want 2 bars that come me a bean. I start instantly, and I might help out with that bean.
And Rich the Kid is a feature, doing the same flow over it that he's been doing since the day he was born, it feels like.
So bend it over, bust it open, you some thick shit.
If I put my dick into that bitch, she turn a wrench. I'm turning to the max.
At this point, I'm convinced
how much DDG did you pay for them features? Because ain't no way. Or did they pay for the features, bro? Why would you even let Rich the Kid touch your song like that, bro?
Even talks in that cadence. And DDG himself is a rapper that just does absolutely nothing for me. Intensely cliche rap lyrics delivered with no real interesting or unique qualities. For a song called Speed, it's devastatingly lacking in momentum.
I got you now. Why is there a white Young Thug? What the fuck did I miss?
2025 was just a rough year in general for Young Thug. There was all the personal and legal issues, there were those leaked jail calls where he essentially dissed numerous previous collaborators, and then he finally drops a new album. And there's just some bizarre tracks like this on there. Clearly, he's a big Rhea Ripley fan because he's just mommying all over the joint. A mommy here, a mommy there, a mommy everywhere. I mean, you know you're in for a beautiful piece of songwriting when the first verse opens up with tic-tac-toe, I just took your hoe, and the chorus has Young Thug expressing some tonsil appreciation. Thanks, Thugger, for making that a real sentence that I can actually say.
I love your tonsils, mommy, smooth as butter, mommy. I really love your mommy, mommy.
Why does it sound like Motorsport? Nah,
I just feel like a Young Thug song with goddamn London on the track and Southside as production credits shouldn't be this ass. And you'll never guess what happens with the feature of the track of the opposite sex. It's real unpredictable. Instead of rapping about mommies, Sexy Red flips it to daddy for her verse. You definitely didn't see this coming before you even clicked play on the track.
I think I love you, daddy. Ain't gonna lie, yeah, you be doing your thing, daddy.
Also, I feel like they just rhyme the same word over and over is really an overused argument when it comes to rap music, mainly used by people who don't understand that multis are a thing and that words before the last one in a line can rhyme. But like Sexy Red actually just rhymes the same word over and over at the opening of her verse right here. You, thing, baby. These don't rhyme, as you can tell, so the end rhyme is legit just the same word back to back. It's not the biggest deal, but it definitely doesn't make for the most interesting opening to her part. It's just an awkward experience as a whole, to be honest. Freaked Out Young Thug and Sexy Red, it's a dangerous combo, but sadly, not in any type of fun way on this song.
I don't need no more than my business, mind your business, please. I got a super mass contract, like amenities.
Ah, Mr. Thugger, didn't expect to see you so soon again. I'm lying, I did. I made the list. When this song came on when my phone was on shuffle, I thought it was a Your Favorite Martian song at first. It's from Baby's album The Leaks, with several tracks from The Vault that I assume were never really meant to come out, so they just put them all into one package as a for the fans kind of thing. But I can't believe they went over production so incredibly cheap sounding like this. Now let me be clear, I know that it's basically the beat from a 2008 Shawty Low track, Feels Good to Be Here, but they somehow managed to make it sound significantly worse and cheaper on Superman. I don't know how you do that in the modern day with a beat from 2008. You hear that beat and you expect a parody rapper to come in, not established mainstream ones. And then the rapping itself, it just sounds odd here. These weird deep voice deliveries over that bright sounding instrumental is really bizarre.
My old lady told me, boy, you know you the king of the hill. Told me like a gangster if I tell she was out of here.
It was also nice of Baby to clarify for us in his
my ear singing like that, bro. I already understand it.
Verse with no prior context that he's not a sex offender.
Huh?
Thanks, man.
Ain't playing with nobody, child, I ain't no sex offender.
The most entertainment I get from this song is pretending that Baby is a disgruntled mouse who was the last in his family to come home when he says this line.
Can't believe these niggas ate the cheese.
But that's about it.
Can't believe these niggas ate the cheese. When all we rose was lactose. Wanted all the cheeses till my brother said, nah, I already ate those. Got some Fritos for you.
Honestly, Just throw this one back in the vault.
I want to meet your madre, baby.
Yeah, honestly, any song by Drake deserves to be on this list. And I know that's crazy for some of y'all to say, but that nigga's Canadian. I don't really care about your opinions about a Canadian artist trying to steal the culture.
Give us I Live Like Sopranos Italianos from Drake.
And
2025 has given us Text Your Friends Que Pasa, Vamos, Bring Them to Mi Casa, Por Favor.
This is him
Shout
writing his
out to
own
Drake,
lyrics.
my favorite multilingual king. He seems to enjoy dropping at least one Latin music infused track on his newest projects now, but for some reason, he hasn't considered trying to make them good yet. It is kind of mesmerizing how this track manages to be brutally boring, yet hilariously awful all at the same time. It's almost an achievement. Also, if we really want to nitpick about a track like this, it's not even really consistent. As we've discussed and as you heard, it's quite the Latin music influenced track, but for
he's not even Dominican. He's just Canadian. And it's a few niggas out here whose girls was going for this nigga right here. Make that make sense, bro.
For some reason, Drake is still dropping patois on it for an extended period of time.
Bro said touch this one, make a gal step left, then right, then left again, then move your hips, don't rest for them.
I guess he got confused and forgot.
You see that? You see this? This is who's taking your girl. This is who's currently singing patois in a Dominican song. This nigga right here. Think just cause he's mixed and he has a black dad, now you gotta mix every culture, bro.
Mid-song, which accent and dialect he was supposed to be forcing for it. It honestly feels like he's just fucking around with this one, which is fine if it's fun, but like I said, this one is brutally boring despite its goofiness. It's so slow with a focus on low notes and bassier sounds, it's a silly snoozer.
I want your phone numero, por favor. I see your body is like Coca-Cola.
But you know what? I am kind of glad that this track exists.
What are you
It gave us a golden reaction from NFR Podcast.
I want to meet your madre, pay my respects to your padre, mi amor. Text your friends que pasa, vamos, bring them to mi casa, por favor.
It doesn't make the song sound any better, but that alone makes the existence of this track worth it, I guess.
Certain gala getting fucked around with opposition. Sorry, that's the way it goes, nigga, that's just my position. But every now and then I run into a Robin Gibbons.
But if there's one thing that can be worse than a bad Drake track, is someone imitating a Drake track poorly. This is basically Tory's The Heart Part.
Thank you for lagging. It was so bad my shit started lagging, bro. Cause ain't no way, chat. Ain't no way you trying to emulate that. They both Canadian, their mind to make sense. I don't really want to hear it. I'm sorry, Free Diddy?
Fuck the world, critics and the witness. Face clean, ain't trying to dirt the image. Sitting niggas down that still don't bend.
King Combs, Free Diddy? Yeah, Young Boo bugging. What? I spelled that completely
Just
wrong.
stress sweating through my third set of scrubs. Totally normal, very healthy. I'm sure it's not a sign of emotional unraveling.
You need new Secret Clinical Antiperspirant, STAT. Secret gives 3 times more stress sweat protection.
Thanks. Got a bunch.
Secret, stay fresher under pressure.
I gotta hear this shit, bro. Firsthand, bro. Come on, YouTube. It can't be that bad, bro.
When shit gets sus, they try to play the victim. Outspoken, I ain't keeping shit in. W's in the chat, a nigga winning. See you winning though. Popping out, head still spinning. This $1 million smile got them grilling me. They be taking shots, they can't trigger me, nah. Shit don't trigger me. Fuck the world, critics and the witness. Face clean, they tryna dirt the image. Sitting niggas down that still on business. They can't stop us though. I'm on hot, so I ain't cool with you niggas. It's always something, don't got shit to prove. Broke niggas don't got shit to lose. I ain't one of them. Never that. What's the start to it?
Nigga, this is Son. No, nigga, that's his son.
They can't stop us though.
This track feels spiritually evil. If you're not aware of King Combs, this is the son of Sean Combs, aka Diddy. And as you can tell by the title of the song, this is a son sticking by his father and proclaiming that we will not be sleeping until we see his sex criminal
with them Reese's Pieces shit on. That Reese's Pieces jacket on, man.
Father released from prison. First of all, I don't think this applies to everybody. This is how we're sleeping, knowing that Diddy is behind bars. And second of all, I don't know if it's humanly possible to stay awake from now until May 2028. Now look, sadly it can be expected for family members to stand by each other, no matter how credible or confirmed heavy allegations against them are. But it just feels so icky hearing it in song form. This track literally tries to make it into an anthem by having the hooligans chanting the Diddy Free chorus.
What?
You know it's gonna be pure ass when the Free Diddy song legitimately has the phrase W's in the chat in the opening verse. 2025 is a parody, man. Why are these sentences real things I can say? Now, as I'm sure some of you may have figured out from the inclusion of the hooligans on here, this was originally a Kanye West track, because of course it was. Kanye has really been focused on lazy rage bait recently, but taking this song and giving it to Diddy's actual son takes it way past rage bait and just makes it a genuine sex criminal support song. It's disgusting, Diddy's disgusting, his son is disgusting, and Kanye is disgusting for playing such a big part in all of this.
And I'm so tired of the hatred and the narratives, the patriots ain't dangerous.
Oh my god, Tom McDonald made a song about Charlie Kirk? There's no way. There's no way. I don't even want to see it.
People are the terrorists, they shot and killed the father.
Speaking of spiritually evil, this goddamn track, bro. Where to begin? By this point, I'm sure you all know about the very public killing of Charlie Kirk, a pretty popular right-wing, probably more accurately classified as far-right, political commentator. And of course, when this happened, Tom McDonald's eyes lit up with opportunity and dollar signs. Now, I know what Tom fans might say to that. What do you mean dollar signs? He donated all the revenue this song made to Kirk's family. And I'm aware of that, but he doesn't need to profit directly from this song for it to pull in all the attention and grow his fan base, therefore profiting and making money indirectly from this track. It's a purely capitalizing move to further build his thoroughly monetizable audience from this situation. Make no mistake about it. So, first big bad thing about this song, it was rushed out within 24 hours to capitalize off of a murder for personal gain. I know Tom was hopping on Splice to find a sad guitar loop that he could use unaltered the second he heard the news. Listen, if you don't have to create the melodies and you just use unaltered loops, you can get these factory generated tracks out much quicker. Second big bad thing, well, just listen to what he says.
He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son. All he did was try to speak for all of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some clarification on that one, Thomas. Was Charlie Kirk speaking for all of us, and therefore you, Tom McDonald, when he said that he would have an extra level of concern if the pilot of his flight was black?
I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Because of DEI, it begs the question, when you see a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified.
I understand why Tom is saying this. Charlie Kirk had this sort of reputation among more right-wing people as this masterful, respectful, intelligent debater. But there's literal compilations out there where it's just minutes of pure unfiltered racism and bigotry from him. Man was talking about great replacement theory and Tom MacDonald's like, yep, that speaks for me all right. Like fuck was he speaking for all of us.
Chipotle honey chicken is back. Grilled chicken, chipotle peppers, and pure honey. It takes heat and sweet to a whole new level.
Got hurt, nigga.
It was 20 years in the making, but I did it. Purdue Global makes it to where you can achieve it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Start your...
This entire track paints Charlie out to be a hero, deifying him, rather than the racist and bigot that he constantly showed himself to be.
The system is failing us when good men die for the things that they say, and I can't just be quiet. Charlie, we'll make sure your children know that defending all our freedom is why you aren't coming home.
And remember when Tom MacDonald used to at least pretend that he didn't pick political sides? When I first started reviewing his music, he did a whole lot of, oh, it's not left versus right, it's us, the little guy, versus the elites who are trying to divide us.
He's had the same hairstyle his entire
And then eventually, he goes on to make this track, going fully mask off and further stoking that division. To Tom, Charlie Kirk being shot is a mark against leftism as a whole, and means that the woke people are violent, because that tells his fan base exactly what they want to hear.
And I'm so tired of the left and all the wokery. We can't get along if you just kill us when we don't agree.
He's not particularly talented musically, so he has to make it by validating people's political opinions. And the third big bad thing on this track, probably the least serious one, but it wouldn't be a Tom MacDonald track if he didn't make it about himself somewhere in there.
Sniper rifle fire from a liberal that no one sees. Scared I might be next to die when I'm just buying groceries.
Nice tribute, bro. It's always good in your eulogy to talk about how you're so important that it might be you next. All in all, the way this song paints the entire situation is disingenuous, opportunistic, and flat out gross. But Tom's fan base doesn't care. They'll gladly listen to dog shit music if it tells them what they want to hear.
They telling me that I'm a bully, I'm like just a bad fully. They saying I'm acting like Hitler, but how am I acting like Hitler? That's when I gave my cousin, hey, gave my cousin.
The cousin song by Ye. I actually blocked this out my head. Cause he was giving his cousin head. Giving his cousin head.
You always think it can't get any worse with Kanye in the modern day, but it always does in the end. And 2025 was no doubt the worst year for his music so far. Now, you can no longer find these tracks on streaming services, but they were briefly released on there officially during 2025, so they count for this list as official releases. And these songs absolutely stink, brother. You see, this year, Kanye heavily collaborated on several tracks with 4chan Juice WRLD, Dave Blunts. You can tell this pretty clearly with World War III due to its overwhelming edginess and its use of hard RM bombs.
Why am I acting like Hitler when I'm a fucking nigger? Walking swastikas cause all my niggas Nazis. Reading Minecraft 2 chapters before I go to sleep.
And what makes the other track, Cousins, so bad is not necessarily the subject matter, in my opinion, but the way that it's treated. Taken more seriously, it could have genuinely been a track about...
Hanging with my cousins, reading dirty magazines. We seen two niggas kids and we didn't know what that shit mean. Then we started reenacting everything we had seen. Then, nah, fam, what? Nah, fam, what?
How children being exposed to sexual media before they even truly understand what it is or what sex is can lead to them reenacting it without fully grasping the concept of it or the consequences of it. This is, of course, without knowing the age of Ye and his cousin at the time, because that isn't divulged within the track, and making the assumption that they were both naive to sex and what it really was at the time, because obviously no knowing the ages could entirely change the context of how this comes across, but just taking it from what we actually get in the song, it could have dove into those themes more seriously. But the problem is that it was written by Dave fucking Blunt.
Kanye let Dave Blunt write a song for him? Yeah, this is Rage Bait. There's no way this wasn't Rage Bait.
Meme rapper. A class clown. He doesn't write or deliver this in a serious manner at all, and as such, it comes across as making light of a topic like this.
I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man. They thought I was gay. And I know these niggas about to judge me now. 'Cause I put my cousin's penis in my mouth. And it started off when we was hanging out. It started off when we was playing house.
We have got to the point where literally any...
What? Nigga, what?
And then it has a random switch in the middle, switching over to a section that is literally a released Dave Blunt's track called 10 Perks, dubbed over with Kanye AI vocals.
What?
A released Dave Blunt's track. This isn't something from the vault, it's already out there, and they just slapped it onto the end of this track.
Xanax don't help me, it just put me in a trance. I'm talking about euphoria, I'm not talking about a man. Nitrous don't help me, it just put me in.
These perks don't help me, they just put me in a trance. I'm talking you for real. I'm not talking about a man. I'm gonna let that marinate for a second.
I'm talking about euphoria, I'm not talking about a man.
Like, this is not treated with any gravity whatsoever. And then there's, of course, the issue I just touched on with the AI use. So not only are these tracks terrible, but they feel robotic and soulless. What a depressing year for anybody who was ever a fan of Kanye in his prime. It can be debated whether these tracks are worse or not than Tom McDonald's racist sympathizer track Charlie, but first of all,
fuck, bro, 2025 was a year, man. What the hell? I ain't gonna lie, that's all I got for y'all today. I'm gonna see if I can put these out either tonight or maybe like Monday if I don't, but I hope y'all enjoy. Please like, subscribe, you know, help a nigga out, help a nigga boost himself in these, you know, YouTube jungles. This shit be hard out here for a pimp, shit be hard out here for a G, man. But with that being said, bro, I'm gonna catch y'all later, man. Hope y'all have a good day. Peace.